What is up, guys? It's your girl Triple B, and whew, I reek, man. I need to take a shower, but I'm gonna rest for a little bit, so I'm gonna make this video while I rest. So, this is a common question when starting locks. How often do I retwist? It depends on what kind of locks you want, what you want your end result to be, which you should have in your mind when you start. Now, if you want to do freeform, never. You never have to retwist your hair because you're free forming. It's doing it by itself. Now, if you want to, get them started, so you start them like coils or whatever method you decide to start them, and that will be like your start or your first retwist or whatever, and then you freeform, you just don't do anything to your head. But now, if you want to semi freeform, that means you start them just like you start them. And for semi freeform, I'm not super familiar, but I would say probably 6 months. Every 6 months you get a retwist and you can have your semi freeform. I'm not really sure, but that's what I'm thinking. So don't quote me on that one because I'm not sure. I don't know too much about semi freeform, but I will do a video about that another time. But if you want maintained locks, so you want your locks to look good and maintained, you want them to be locks. You want to retwist, well, hold on. It also depends on your hair texture and your type. If you have hair like mine, thick and coarse, so it's very curly or kinky, and it's also very thick. There's a lot of it. You definitely want to do it every month, once every month, because you don't want to retwist too much, because you don't want it to be too skinny, unless that's what you're going for. If you're going for skinny, then do your skinny. But the thing is, your roots, you don't want to twist too much because your roots will get too skinny. It'll be too skinny on the roots. You don't want that. If you want skinny locks, start them off skinny. So if you want skinny like this, start them off like this. If you want thicker ones like this, start them off thick like that. But yes, so if you want nice maintained locks, once a month is good. But if you have thin hair, if it's thin and fine, fine is like, that's like a piece of thread, I guess. So you take it and you see it's very fine, it's straight. Yeah, and if it's thinning, or if it is thin, if you have thin hair, you might want to retwist more like maybe every 2 months, maybe every 3 months. It all depends on when your hair is frizzy. And then again, it's whenever you want, whenever you feel like it. You just don't want to retwist too often. Like once a week. Yeah, you don't ever want to do that because you will make your roots too skinny. And this is not after, oh well, I've been doing it every week for a month. It's over time. It will get skinny and break off, and you will have damaged locks. Because starting off, you're building your foundation. It's all about how you start them, which will make your finished product. If you want your finished product to be big, then you start it off big. If you want your finished product to be skinny, talking about locks, you want the skinny locks, you start them off skinny, so they will be skinny. if you want them nice and maintained, at the beginning you need to maintain them once a month. Now, if you do it once a week and you're doing this for a year, your locks are going to be skinny because you're retwisting them so much. So they're going to be skinny. So if you start, let's see, this might be one of my thickest ones. So if you started off this thick right here, and if you're retwisting that often, by a year or two, and if you're retwisting every week, your lock will look like this. It'll be very skinny. It will have parts of it that's very damaged because of retwisting too often. And then it also depends on what you use. If you use just water, that's a bit more healthier, I guess I would say, for your hair. If you're using a gel, everything that you put in your hair will make buildup because your hair is locked. So gel isn't that bad. It's just if you use a lot of it. Like if you take a whole bunch of it and put it on one lock, yeah, that's not okay. Not okay. That will give you a bunch of buildup. Wax is like the number one thing. You know, this goes into another video. I'll talk about buildup in another video. But retwists, yes. So on average, if you want nice, neat locks, once a month. Even if you wash your hair every other week, or if you wash your hair every week, depending on what you do, because some things you might have to get in some nasty situations, which causes you to wash your hair. That's another thing. When your hair stinks, wash your hair. Don't be nasty. Do not go no 6 months without washing your hair. That is disgusting. I'm talking to you guys mostly. Y'all nasty. You need to wash your hair at least once a month and get your retwist when you wash your hair that once a month. If you wash your hair every other week, then you wash, leave it alone, and next time you wash, you retwist it. Like, I'm about to go retwist mine now. But, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to take my shower and wash my hair today, but I'm going to retwist it tomorrow. Anyway, yeah. So, I hope that helped y'all with your questions on how often you should retwist. If you're going for freeform, never. If you're going for semi-freeform, then maybe 6 months in between. If you want them nice and maintained every month. You don't want to do it too often, like every week, because over time it will get thin, it will be damaged, and you won't be happy with your locks. Anyway, guys, alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the shower. Until next time, hallelujah, and stay locked.
What if the trouble is with me?
It can't be. I refuse to lose the vision I have of this champion me. I'm planting my feet and I'm pointing my finger at my problems.